What's going on, YouTube? So this will be part 2 of the part 2 engine pull on the 93 Blazer. So yeah, today's goal is to get the engine out entirely. That would be great. I don't really have a whole lot to do. I would assume a couple hours I should have it out, I hope. But I do got to get underneath and pull the bell housing bolts out. Of course, drop the transmission. I already did the torque converter bolts. Oh, and I need to pull the starter. So otherwise, there's really not much left holding that thing in. Just a manifold, like 4 bell housing bolts, and a starter. So yeah, I'll throw you on a time lapse of me working underneath and getting everything out. Camera angle's bad. I apologize. So yeah, let's go ahead and get ripping. Hopefully we can get this engine up this evening. It'd be great. Alright, the engine is now separated from the transmission. The starter is out. They even kind of popped themselves apart already, so I think it's time to pull the engine. So a buddy of mine is going to come out here and give me a hand just because it's a little easier and a little safer. So, be mint. Let's go ahead and yank her out of here. No more engine. Here's the engine. It is now on the stand. Woohoo! Got it out with good timing. It's 5 o'clock. How about that? Not too shabby. I got out of work at 3. Got it out quicker than I thought. It's like I've done it before. So yeah, that's exciting. Got the engine out now on the stand. So all I got to do is start tearing the engine down and see what's going on, see how the cam looks. Of course, the crank's junk. I'm really not even going to worry about it. I'll make sure it didn't spin a bearing or something, but I don't think it did. So yeah, we'll get the crank pulled, throw that in the scrap bin. We'll get them lifters pulled, throw it in the scrap bin this time, including the oil pump. Oh, by the way, I think it was CB, whatever your channel is. That's what filter I was running. You said hopefully not a Fram. I said a Wix. I'm just gonna show that off. Yep, that's a Wix. you go. Oh yeah. So yeah, I don't run Fram. That's stupid. It don't matter how good your filter is though, it ain't catching all that metal, that's for sure. It's cool. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and get this engine ripped apart and see what happens. Hey, it's another day of working on the Blazer. I actually did this off camera. I went ahead and got the cam ripped out, yada yada. It's been a long morning, so a little late getting started. So yeah, got the lifters out. Yeehaw. So I wanted to show these cam bearings. That's not good. The nick in it's from me. I tried to tap it out, but I didn't know how easy they were to take out. Look at that bearing. Oh. Dude. Probably won't get a view of the rest. None of the rest look very good though. And here's our cam. I'm gonna actually take this to my brother and have him look at it right now. I'm kinda on the fence about it, if it's good or not. So yeah, I don't know. Thinking I'm going to do push rods too. I'm going to have him look at the push rods. We already know we're doing lifters. Worried about the cam. Cam bearings are obviously done. So keep you guys posted. Alrighty, so we're continuing the Blazer video here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this engine cleaned up, clean all the gasket surfaces, and I think I'm going to just brake clean and wire wheel the block the best I can. I don't really want to put any water on it since the heads and pistons are still in it and all that. So I'm going to get it as clean as I can with brake clean, rags, and a wire wheel. Hopefully shoot some paint on it tonight, and then I'm going to be running it to my brother's shop, and we're going to go ahead and knock them cam bearings in it. So throw you on a quick time lapse of getting the block cleaned up. So we are headed to my brother's shop, Matters Automotive and Performance. If you're ever in the Mercer, Pennsylvania area, hit him up. He knows how to do some stuff. Yep, rocking with the 4.3 in the back of the old rescue Tercel. Got the old AC ripping cold. Cruising down the road, no big deal. Gotta love that 4A power. Yeah, it's a real powerhouse. So yeah, we're going to get the cam bearings done, so yeah. Well, I guess let's get to doing some cam bearings. Oh, the man himself.
It went back to its original position of everything.
Sounds like a heater. Look at that. We got the 4.3 back on the engine stand. My brother went ahead and knocked the cam bearings in it for me when I was at work, so didn't get no footage of that. Big deal. But yeah, that was cool of him to do that. We did have a little trouble. The bearings I ordered were not the right ones. Apparently there's a W VIN block and a T VIN block, and I couldn't find that number, but my VIN has a W, so I ordered W VIN cam bearings, and apparently this is a T engine. It's really confusing because it says it's a T engine, but the numbers on the back of the engine match my VIN, so I don't know. It's obviously the right engine. I don't know why it's got different bearings, but whatever. So we had to wait a few days to get those. So it's back in the garage. We're going to go ahead and start getting this cam. Well, I want to get this cam in here first, obviously, and then we'll get the crank in it and go from there. So yay, Blazer stuff. Went ahead and took a red Scotch-Brite pad to the cam bearing surfaces just to clean it up a little bit. Alrighty, let's go ahead and slap this cam in. Alright, I got the cam in. I didn't end up recording it much because I was having an issue with the bearing, the second bearing end. The cam must have nicked it a little bit. It's my first time putting a cam in, so give me a break. I put a little bit of a lip on the bearing, so I had to take some Scotch-Brite and clean it off. But I called my brother to double check what I should do with it. He said just give it some Scotch-Brite, smooth it out, make sure I put lots of juice on it. Got the juicing, got her in, she spins free, so time to drop the lifters in this pig. Throw the push rods in, get the whole valve train done, and then we're going to roll it over, slap the crank in it. Woo! Alright, it's the next morning, and I had my dad come over last night and give me a hand dropping this crank in. Sorry, I forgot to turn the camera on. So here we are, valve train's all in. I just got to go ahead and torque everything. Same with the bottom end, I got the caps and everything on. Just got to torque it, get this timing chain on, start buttoning this thing up. I'd say another hour of work and I should be ready to start putting this thing in, so yeehaw. Well, I guess let's get some torque wrenching done and button this beast up. Alrighty, so I had to do a little off-camera work. I am going to wrap this video up though, but the engine is now assembled. I don't know how to operate cameras and move my hands. The engine is now assembled and complete, and I'm going to show you what I ran into and explain it. So, I'm going to call out Engine Tech for this one, because if I'm correct, this is who remanufactured this here crank. Let's see. There you go. Engine Tech, remanufactured crank, oversized bearings, yada yada yada. This crank was also an Engine Tech crank. That's the old one. So I got another new crank from Engine Tech, and I get this thing all put together. Get the balancer on there. Go to put the crank bolt in. What do you know? No threads. Come on, Engine Tech. What's the deal? You really made a guy mad yesterday. So I had to go to the store and find a helicoil kit, because I am not yanking this crank out and tearing this engine all back apart, sending it in, waiting a month to get another one for it to be screwed up. So pretty upset about that, because this thing was ready to go in yesterday and I literally couldn't finish it because of that. And then I had a few things I had to do in the afternoon, so I just never got time to put this thing in yesterday. So the threads on that bolt, it's an M12 bolt. Couldn't find an M12 helicoil kit yesterday, so I ended up having to go to a 7/16 helicoil kit. I got it at AutoZone, and had to go buy a new bolt that'll fit. It was a smidge longer, and that was not easy to drill and tap. I broke a bit, had to knock the broken bit out of the crank. I was pretty annoyed. It was very stressful. So, but I ended up getting it done. I was able to just get enough of the tap in there to thread it and get the helicoil threads in there. My bolt was a little too long, and yeah, I could probably go get another new bolt, but you know what? I just stacked some washers on it. I torqued it. It torqued. I ain't messing with it. It's gonna stay that way, and it's going in. I'm not pulling that back apart. I just have the greatest luck with getting screwed up parts. I don't know why. Bearded Wrench will tell you. He said he's going to bet his entire life savings on me getting a bad car part like once a week, because it just happens. I just have bad luck with parts, so I'm the test dummy. I get all the crappy parts, so whatever. So if anybody from Engine Tech sees this video, do better. Why didn't you check that? Come on! You screwed up a guy's day. And it cost me another $35 for a crank that shouldn't have had to put money in. So, but whatever. It's done. It's ready to go in. So, I guess in the next video, it'll be throwing that thing in. Hopefully, get it running and everything's good to go. So, yeah. I guess appreciate you watching the cobbled together video as always. And hopefully the next time you see the green Blazer, she's up and running. We can go take it for another cruise. Hopefully this time permanently. And she'll be a happy Blazer, so, and I know I'll be a happy guy. So, catch you in the next video. Have a good day. Peace.